you doing? Hope your day's going well. Ours is a lot better now that whatever was going on over here is no longer happening. Now that we are free of Wally's nonsense, I'd like to stock up. Okay, so we have enough Pokeballs and potions and whatnot. We haven't bought any antidotes yet. So you can use berries to heal status conditions. You can also buy items to do that in case you are not good at managing your berries, which I sometimes am not. We're not gonna bother at all sticking around this place. You see this shape in the ground right here? This one? Yeah, this. I want you to remember that. Alright, whenever you see a beach, first of all, scan everywhere. You will eventually get a dowsing machine. Walk around and press A on the ground, items in particular, like that, a potion. You will eventually get an item that allows you to seek out hidden items. Come here. Where are you going? Where are you going? The Pokemon that we can encounter here, Zigzagoon, Wurmple, Tailo, Wingull, nothing really all that new. And we do have a few items we will want to collect. They're mostly... Oh, okay. I see what was going on. I see what was going on here. Are you going to harden next turn? Because, yeah, okay. That is a definite problem. This thing has used harden 3 times. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I should cut this battle, because this is some, like, extreme cheese stuff that really, like, you don't... You see? You see? Alright, so what we're doing is we're only using status moves while it is using Bide, because if we do not do any damage to C-Dot, Bide will fail. Something really cool about Fell Stinger. Oh yeah, you see he was going to go for Harden. The AI low-key knows what attack you're going to use, whether or not you outspeed your opponent. I promise you, the game knows. Hidden move was not all too useful. Nice. Focus energy raises your rate of getting critical hits. Critical hits are a bit complicated. It ignores stat changes from your opponent and traditionally also ignores your own stat changes, so it's not always a good thing. Anyways, we copped another level up. We're level 10. Pokemon we have in our party right now does not necessarily reflect who we will be using as potential team members. Gonna use a Pokeball. And Chef's Kiss. Chef's Kiss. In this early part of the game, you don't have to worry about Pokemon busting out of their balls. They're a lot easier to catch, with the exception of things like Ralts, which can just, you know, teleport away. Probably isn't going to be a permanent team member. Blah, 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 blah. I can't speak English. I'm a frickin' moron. No, it's true, I can't. And it's my native language, so, you know. Both statements are true. Hopefully it has the ability pickup. Generally, if it has any sort of unique ability or its hidden ability, that will be displayed on the Dex nav. Another thing to note, Gluttony. That allows, if it has a consumable held item, possibly only berries, a consumable held item is able to be used sooner. And okay, no, never mind, it's just for berries. It's able to be used sooner. I was getting it mixed up with the move Recycle, which allows you to reuse a held item. Anyways, we've spent enough time screwing around up here. I'm sure you saw that item over there on the ledge. We cannot get to it just quite yet. Don't worry, we will. It's not really a special item either, so you do have to keep in mind that I'm still working on a personal playthrough of this game. I'm not going to give this guy the chance to ambush me. I'll accept a challenge. I have a lot of money. You'll want to remember him because rematching him is great for money grinding, as is a trainer that is just north of us. Anyways, there we go. Another level up on Poochyena. Sand attack. I like status moves and all, but that is completely useless until we have a better secondary attacking move. Sucker Punch is only going to be good in certain instances. It'll become better when we get, you know, to a point in the game where we don't have to deal with very pointless status moves such as like growl and stuff. That's going to be a lot less common. What was that? What was that? We don't want to fight this trainer with Poochyena for the sole fact bug type moves are super effective against dark. Dark type is not very effective against bug. I'm just going to hit you here with a little tackle. I promise you, I will make a fine team member out of this Pokemon. There we go. There's a string shot. Not bad for a debuff status move, just because when it says it lowers a stat harshly, that means it has lowered it by 2 out of the possible 6 stages. For early game, that is actually a pretty useful move. Honestly, I don't recommend you go for a bug type early in the game. There is an upcoming fight that will be very difficult if you have a bug type. Bug types are weak against so many types. Some that are even outclassed, like ice type, weak to flying type, to rock type, as well as fire type. They're not very effective against poison type. I always think poison type is super effective against bug for some honestly wholly based reason, because they do not need any more weaknesses. Bug types are not weak to poison, grass types are. It's easy to get the two mixed up. Both of them have a green typing tag. This fight is dragged on for far too long. Mainly because I am explaining somewhat obvious things about Pokemon. But again, we're assuming that whoever you are, you may be completely new to Pokemon. And that is okay. I welcome you here. Very happy if this is where you start your journey. I mean, this would be a good way to experience Gen 3 for the first time. I'm gonna say it. You should probably play the originals if you feel so inclined to do so. I mean, they're good too, and they have different features. One thing I would like to do is go and grab my Zigzagoon. This is kind of an example of obvious hidden item is obvious. Remember that ledge we talked about? Well, we're gonna go there right now. Speaking of pickup slave, let's check it now. I did get a repel from it earlier. Don't forget about this old man right here. He seems really unimportant. And he is for now. We are back. And, oops. I healed my team up just because I was, you know, at the Pokemon Center anyways. Do not be afraid to use the items that you obtain throughout your adventure. They're not going anywhere. They won't run out. These ledges, you can only hop one way down. This is very important. This looks very important right here. Why is my doctor just... Hey, guy. You alright? Yeah, that cold. I took care of it. It's fine. You know. I've seen a Pokemon called Shroomish around here. Yeah, dude, I've been tripping balls all day on that thing. I really love that Pokemon. I can see why this guy likes Shroomish. He seems like exactly the type of person. It's not to research penicillin either. Love how the Dex nav is still going off, but we're in a cutscene. Yeah, we're dawdling too, but there's a difference between this guy and myself. I will ruin you. I'm gonna end your whole career. Yeah. I don't put up with thugs. Epic battle intro is epic. Oh, wow, look at that. Dark type on dark type action. I have very bad news for this guy. I may be a level 9, but we need to put our faith in Surskit. We need to have the utmost faith that our Surskit... Okay, well, sand attack. Alright, alright. No, no. Oh, he's gonna sand attack cheese. Yeah. Yeah, this is honestly what sucks about the early game, and I feel like the early game, for that reason, is more of a pain in the ass than late game. And again, just due to some of these really BS, tedious, and honestly long run, like, useless stat buffing moves. Okay, he's got 2 howls in, so even if he has a dark type move, like, God forbid it has bite for some reason. Okay, is this all you're gonna do? Because if so, you're gonna have a really, really, really hard time in life, buddy. And again, you know, this is the way the game works, alright, like it or not. And I don't really have to put up with this. I could have switched out to Kiwi and just ruined his day. Which, honestly, since he's 3 howls in, I'm not gonna put up with this bull. Like, I am going to drop kick both of you. I am so tired of this. Just shut up. Go away. I never liked you. I wanted to give Surskit the chance. Unfortunately, the odds were stacked against it. Quick attack. Oh, that's so helpful. You're crazy strong, and you're crazy cheap and annoying. You're like using the same early game strats that I used in my last playthrough against the Elite Four. We're also after something in Rustboro. Oh, spoilers, man. Good job. Awfully close. Yeah, those papers, I don't know what you're doing with those papers. I guess you're probably rolling something with them. EXP share is a very important item. Had to strain every fiber of my... Whoa. Okay. Yeah, this is a very great, cheap item. And by cheap, I mean it's like... It's almost not fair in a good way, but honestly, if you like to rotate out between Pokemon, that is great. So Crisis, I can't be wasting time. Well, you were by talking when I wasn't even listening, so congratulations, you played yourself. There's a trainer tips board or something in that direction. I didn't look at it, I don't really care. We need to put more faith in Poochyena, but again, that might be a mistake. You there. Pokemon doing okay? If your Pokemon are weak and you want to avoid battles, you should stay out of tall grass. There's another slack off, I think. Maybe. Is that a slack off? Yep, okay. Anyways, we're not about it. If you take bug Pokemon to school, you instantly become popular. What about Beedrill? Nincada. Nincada is a decent Pokemon. More or less, when it evolves, it's a decent Pokemon. Nincada has Sand Attack. Tailo is a Flying type. It's a normal Flying type Pokemon. Flying type Pokemon are, as you can imagine, immune to Ground type attacks. Bug type moves are also not very effective. We're going to switch out to Kiwi and just end this and not spend all day doing it. Very important thing to keep in mind when you're playing Pokemon. Harden, it raises physical defense by 1 stage. Water Gun is a special type attack. It's a bug and ground type. Ground type is weak to water, as is rock and fire, obviously. Foresight. Foresight is a move that ignores type effectiveness. Basically allows certain moves that a Pokemon would be immune to due to typing hit, and I think it also raises accuracy. Honestly, Growl is so useless. Even though Foresight's not really that good of a move, especially on, of all things, a Mudkip, I don't really need it. Yeah. EXP share, as you can see, very useful. Grab that, that's an Ether that restores power points of moves, and oh wait, hold on. Here we go. I want to add it to the Pokedex. Haha, I'm just kidding. I'll do that off camera. Somewhere around here, and these do respawn if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yep, okay. I was thinking it was on the other side of the map. Okay. A bomb mushroom. That is a hidden item. You can find them. They respawn every now and then in select locations, which I think is like all but a couple of them. And they sell for a lot of money. Oh. Okay, so you already have the cut HM. Wait a second. A non-go. A little something cropped up and got in the way. Roger that. Got it. Will do. I'll continue investigating that energy we detected. And I'm going to continue investigating you guys, too. Oh, man. I don't know why, but I have a feeling this girl is going to be an absolute babe. That kid sure had some promise as a trainer, I'd say. Yeah? Listen, I'll pretend to be legal as... Oh, right, hold on, never mind. We picked the female protagonist. She looks like a cheerleader or something. Listen, it's a role-playing game. So someone who is definitely not me, and who was my main character choice of the previous playthrough, listen, he had the hots for her. And yeah, I know, like, yeah, sure, she is a lot older than he is. We're gonna check that out in just a second. There's something back here. Every time you see these little bald spots in grass, check them. Because especially early game, a lot of hidden items. Okay, not that one apparently. Yep, that one. I don't know if there are any more back here. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. And then a non-hidden item, but obvious hidden items are obvious. Count 1 and 2. You want to remember this place. Pretty Petal Flower Shop. Say that 10 times fast. Yep, we're not going to try. Hello, this is a Pretty Petal Flower Shop, spreading flowers throughout the world. Your name is? May. That's a nice name. That's the month my grandmother died. Yeah, this girl is dark. May, would you like to learn about berries? No. Nope. Thanks. Thanks for nothing. This girl, hello, flowers will bloom beautifully and bear many berries if you take good care of them. You'll like tending flowers, I'm sure you can have this. Whalmer Pail. They took a Pokemon and made it into a pail. You can water your plants with this Whalmer Pail, and they will grow faster and produce more berries. Oh, also your berry plants, if you don't tend to them soon enough, the berries will drop off. Luckily, they regrow most of the time, but, you know, it's not necessarily what you want to do. The DexNav has something that allows you to check on your currently growing berries. You can check on trainers for rematching, what Pokemon are in what areas that you've discovered already. It's quite useful, and it gives you little footnotes for some of them. We're not going to plant any berries right here at the current moment. This lady right here, I think Poochyena is ready. Let's get you a real battle. This is another one of the rich trainers. You will want to remember them for rematching, not only because it's amazing for money grind, you can get items. You can get items from these trainers. These rich ones will give you luxury balls. There's also another girl on this route that will give you, I believe, a regular Ultra Ball. Like, there's a 20% chance basically each way. Feels so nice to finally use that. You know, the switch and strats aren't 100% necessary now that we have the EXP share, so I'm going to be trying to go in earnest with the fighting. You're going to encounter a good amount of these trainers that are going to elect for bothersome status moves. So I'm going to answer in kind, and it's not for any particular disdain in society. This is what they deserve. This is what they deserve. You see? That's what you get. I'm actually going to switch Pokemon because I'm sure this Shroomish knows something that can OHKO me. Just for the record, its ability is probably going to be Effect Spore, which means physical contact moves have a small chance of inflicting a status condition, although it never feels like a small chance when you are playing because it always seems to happen. It can even happen on the finishing blow. Yep, it will usually inflict some sort of non-volatile status effect. It only inflicts non-volatile status effects. That includes sleep, which, as you can see, immobilizes you until your Pokemon decides to get its shit together and wake up. Paralysis, which stays until you heal it, and it's really annoying. It halves your speed and makes it so sometimes you are fully paralyzed and can't move, and there is basically a coin flip for that. I don't remember if Leech Seed prevents you from switching out. I really hope it doesn't, because I don't want to sack this Surskit for a really stupid fight, to be honest. And switching also negates Leech Seed, which is pretty useful. I just want to fucking kick this thing in the face right now. You're really annoying. I hate you. You see, and it can't even fucking let me go. This is the last, like, I just ended the battle, I won. So in case you were wondering, no, Game Freak, they have always been assholes. It's not just Scarlet and Violet. They don't deserve your money for that. You should not pay them for the DLC until they fix that stupid game. We got a Repel. I think we can buy them once we beat the first gym, which will be incredibly useful. I think one of them has a Lotad, so that bug type is going to be very useful. Seedot's going to be a real problem because it's probably going to use Harden and buff up its physical defense, and we don't have a very good option right now for special attackers that are going to be effective against it. Yeah, look at that, I told ya. There's a possibility that these AI trainers may not be smart enough anyways. We're going to buff our attack. Water type is not very effective against fellow water type. It's also not very effective against grass type, so it'd be a terrible choice to use that against Lotad. Yeah, Lotad has very low stats. It's not evolved yet. Ground type is also not very effective against either water or grass, so that stacks up. So instead of only being half as powerful, it's now a fourth as powerful. This lady right here tells you about berries. Common Courtesy, Rebarium. If you have the time to manage that many berries in a friggin' game, I applaud you, but I will not be replanting most of these plots. It's not going to be a thing we do. Also, in Petalburg Woods, we didn't see it, but there is a mossy rock that allows you to evolve a Pokemon known as Eevee if you level up near it. That specific evolution is Leafeon. Jesus, I'm getting distracted. Berries, you can actually give them to your Pokemon to hold on to. We don't have horrible type coverage in terms of resistance. We do, however, have horrible type coverage for attacking at this current moment. It's a real damn shame. Let's take this item right here. As you can see, a Great Ball. It's a better version of a Pokeball. We can't yet buy it until we defeat the first gym. Okay. Speaking of the first gym, that's not where we're gonna go right now. There is a tiny little, a little pathway here. Welcome to Rustboro City, or rather, the fence directly outside of it. Wait, hold on, was there a hidden... Okay, I was about to say, was there a hidden item there? Because I was like a whole tile away from that, almost. Pokemon here are the same garden variety that are on that southern end of Route 104. This guy, okay, is it this guy? Yeah, okay. Technical Machines, or TMs, they will teach your Pokemon a move if it's compatible, and it can be reused, which is different than the previous games. Generation 6 made them reusable. I think Generation 9 made them non-reusable. But yeah, up until this point, you only got one use out of your TMs. HMs were the only infinite use TMs. Again, up until Gen 6, the game that came out before this, X and Y, those games featured reusable TMs. It's a real city, huh? Nothing like Little Root. Yeah. Then there's Technical Records and other games too, in addition to Technical Machines. we're not really going to worry about that for now. As soon as I gather a few more Pokemon, I'll be trying my team against it. See ya! Yeah, sorry, Brendan. I wasn't listening. I'm not having a great time with my team, so... What's your town slogan? The city probing the integration of nature and science. Oh, there we go. Another TM. False swipe. That will, at a bare minimum, leave your opponent with 1 HP. So, you can't feint with it. You can't feint another Pokemon with it. Very useful for catching. Kid's telling us about escape ropes, and escape ropes are useful because it allows you to escape a cave, dungeon, anything like that. Most of them, without having to walk all the way back. Mr. Briny, the old man that we passed by earlier, that's who that kid is talking about. We're going to take a moment to go heal our Pokemon. Rustboro City, it's roughly correlated to, I believe, 2 cities. Fukuoka and Kitakyushu. That guy allows you to change what your, like, player model is for online play. Yep, they had that in the previous generation.